Basically, what I'm doing today is basically our first lecture should be of the installation. But today, since it is a demo, so I'm not going with the installation.
Okay.
Okay, so directly we will work with React, and in the next lecture, we will see how to install it and all. Okay. So first of all, let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
All right. So first of all, let us make a project, a folder for that one. Fine. And now inside this folder, I will create my React app. Okay. So basically, what is the React? Fine. So we all know that we called it React JS. So that it is basically a framework, you can say, for creating the UI components. Means till now you are using the components of HTML, the HTML elements like H1, H2, and all these things. So React gives you facility that you can create your own tag and you can give some behavior to them also. Okay, basically nowadays this is the whole concept on all of the JS, I can say, mostly in Angular and in React. React basically deal with the UI part, so we can say that it is used to create the UI component. Fine. One more thing, like suppose this one is my web page. Okay, so in this page we will create the components like this should be a menu part, footer one, some banner, sidebar, and all. Okay, so for all that things we will create what the components for all these things, and inside these components we also have the other components. Means inside the sidebar maybe I have the two parts, that first one is the calendar and other one is recent comments or something. Fine. So for all the things we will create the component, and the most usable thing of it is what? Reusability. Fine. Means every time you just create a component once and you can use it multiple times. Other than that, you can also use one component inside another component. So that is why we can say React is very popular. Third thing is, all the web page has a DOM, right? That is document object model. React is quite fast. Why? Because it has its own DOM. We are not going in the theory a lot. So let me just start, and just I will open it with the code. And let's create a React app over there. Just to go to the terminal. Actually, this will take time. So what I'm doing means it will take around 5 minutes or something in my PC. So I already built a project, and that one is the totally new. Or let's wait for 2-3 minutes if happens. If anyone of you have any doubt, you can ask anytime. Okay, it's not compulsory to mute yourself. this is basically a tool, okay? Create React app, which will do which will create all the important things which are used in creating a React project. If you are not using it, then you need to create each and everything by yourself only. So this we can say is a smart way. Just give it the command create React app and the name of project. The thing is, in the project name you cannot the thing is that in the project name you cannot use the capital letters, okay? This is the small one, and our basic rules are as well, like no space, no special symbols and all. Mhm. You can see as the installation goes on, here it will create all the required files. Once it will done, it will give you the information. And you all are familiar with NPM.
Yes, a little bit.
Yeah. And please share about your life, your study, and where you from. Yeah, actually, basically, I did my engineering in the year 2012. After that, I worked with some companies for some time, around 3-4 years. And after that, I switched to the training profile. And after the birth of my baby, I just start working from the home. So right now, just giving training by online. So here, it did what? It just create a Reactor project for us, and it is saying us that please go inside the folder hello world. So in my way, what I did is always go in the folder and open this with the code, so that every time in the terminal it does not need to change the drive again and again. So right now this is my React project. In this project we have all these things. Right now we are not going in the details of these things. What we need to do is let us see from where the execution start and how I can start my applications. Okay, so just click on the terminal, and we want to start our application. So just write npm start. Fine. So basically it will start my application and give me the port number that you can use your app on this particular port. Let's wait for a minute. Yeah. You can see it is running on localhost 3000. And first of all, it will give you a default React page basically. And then we will see from where the execution is going on, means what is the default page which is coming and what is the default component and all. it will be great if you guys unmute yourself because it is looking like I am recording a video for YouTube. Fine. So you can see this is the default page. Fine. Now let us see from where these things are coming. So as we all know, in every website, first of all, the page which gets loaded is nothing but our index.html. So let's go in the public, and here we have the file index.html. Fine. In this is index.html. If you know HTML, basically there is nothing more than a single div whose ID is root. Okay. So if this page does not contain any HTML, so from where the data is coming? So it is basically coming from, then go to your index.js. In this index.js, we are accessing this particular element whose ID is root that we saw in our HTML page. And now we are, all of our content will go
Yeah,
inside.
Shalini. Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah, Shalini. I have a doubt.
yeah, tell me.
In real time, do we use hooks or class components?
Basically, we will use hooks. Before, the hooks, we have the class components and the functional components both. But after coming hooks, you can see the functional component are more in use, basically.
Okay. Is Redux is mandatory or it is optional?
Sorry?
Redux is mandatory or optional?
Redux is, I can say, good if you can use it, but not the compulsory.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what we are creating. We are creating our root element and accessing this particular tag in our page. Now in this page right now, we have one component, this one. This is a tag app. Okay. So this is nothing but the default component which is created. So components are nothing, but you can say for every component, we have a JS file. So this is the JS file for that particular component. In this JS file, we have all that code. You can see this thing. If I remove this code and I simply write hello world. Okay. See, all the things are gone. One more thing is like, one more thing. It is like every time you are creating a component, you can create a CSS file for that component also. Okay, so this is the default component which is given by the React to us. We have basically two type of components, I can say. One is class component and second one is your function component. Okay, before the term hooks comes in React, we can say we are more depend on the class component. Okay, but nowadays function components are more popular, and the biggest example of this is that like this particular things is created by default, right? So every time if a language or a framework itself is using something, then we can say that is the perfect or the best thing to use. Fine. Now let us create our own component. So for that, just create a new file and give it a name like first component or something. One important thing that every time you want to create a React component, its name should be capital. Okay, so I'm creating first.js. Very simple code. Just write function, its name first, and give it some code. Fine. And this function will do what? This function will return something. Okay, so we'll return something from this function. one. This is our first component. Anything, okay, more the spelling mistake. So this is basically whenever a user will call this particular component, this code will get returned. Fine. Now see, in order to export this particular thing, you need to write export default and the name first. Fine. Now this is ready, means I can import this component in the other file, and in that part I can use it. Fine. Now we have our app.js, so either you can use it over here or in index.js. So right now let's do one thing, that just import that particular component in our app.js and then we will use it. So just write import first from first.js. Okay, so basically this is the help given by VS Code, I can say. And in this one, let's write inside this div folder what is the name of our component is first. So just open and close this first, save it, and let's check on the browser. If there is anything, can anyone explain me? Hello. At least you guys would ask questions. So this is the code basically which is coming by our first component. In our component, we are returning some code, okay, and this is coming in our app.js, means we created a component and we are using this component as a tag. So basically in React, what you guys are doing is nothing, just adding the just creating your own text, okay, and that text you can create by using the functions or by using the class. Both are perfectly fine. Okay, is it okay?
Yeah, okay. Could you please explain why it is not rendering earlier?
That one, yeah, that
Yes.
I did intentionally, that the people are interested in class or not, but no one respond. This is basically
Okay.
when,
Hmm.
yeah, this is basically if I put it down, so that particular code is unreachable. Okay,
Yeah, it will return nothing, right? Like return
will
is
not
ending on the
return
line number
anything
3.
basically. Yeah, so there is no code on that point. And if I did this, it will show that this is a particular block. And either you can do the thing like
Yeah, this will also work, but only one element we can return, right?
so that is the thing basically. Now,
You have to comment these 2 lines.
sorry.
No, no, no. If you're trying to return only one element, it should return, no? Like earlier you write the code.
I'm not getting actually. What are you saying?
Like the way you earlier write after the return keyword, you just wrote the h1 tag to return it. It should return, no?
It should return.
Just
Like this.
yes. Okay.
Okay. So now what I'm saying that I have this particular thing over here. Okay. And now I want that this particular component, that is first .js, will do what? It will return two elements, that is one h1 and one h2, like this is one heading. Fine. So right now it is giving me the error. The reason is what? It can return only a single element. Fine. So in that case, either you can use a div and see in app.js what is happening. All the code is inside this particular div. Fine. So here React give you one more thing is called a fragment. That just put these particular brackets. So this is called basically the JSX fragment. JSX, this code is basically not HTML. This is JSX. Right now is it HTML, but further there will be some changes in it. So now you can see we have the second heading also. Okay. So in the same way, you can create multiple components and then you can import them in your files and reuse them. Right? Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the thing, and after that we have, I can say right now this function is a simple, means a simple headings or something. What you will do in the real life is you will create a function for menu, for sidebar, for footer, for banner, for container, for products, for everything you are going to create a component. And other than that, you can also going to work with the JavaScript itself. Like here, let us create a variable, say var a is equal to anything 1111. Fine. Now I want to show this value in the HTML part. So how you can do this? Like suppose I write value of a is, so if it is an HTML, then I need to give some any tag over here and give some ID to it, and then I need to access that element by ID in the JavaScript, and then I can set its inner HTML or value, whatever it is. So this is, we are calling this code is what? It is JSX, means it is JavaScript extension. Means in this case, you can use some JavaScript between the HTML also. So if I write the angle brackets and then I give a, this in this part it will treat this particular a as a JavaScript code. And let's see, come over here. Now, one more thing, why it is called JSX, not HTML, is like in HTML we can write class, okay, and give it some class name. But when we are using it with React, means we are using it with the JavaScript. So in JavaScript, class has a different meaning, right? So in that case, they give a name like class name. You can use class name in place of class. So that is why it is called JSX. Means this particular code is not your HTML. This is the JSX code. Means a HTML code with some JavaScript extensions. Fine. So for today, I am just ending it over here only. Fine.
Yeah. Okay. But please do one thing, like can you just tell us what is the course duration and daily schedules and what we will cover in this whole course?
Yeah, the whole course will cover the complete, basically the React part with the Redux itself. Okay, and the duration will be mostly 1 month. Partly. Okay,
Okay,
and
1
there will
month.
be daily doubt solving, and at any case there will be not more than 5 students in a batch. Okay.
Okay. And what will be the daily class duration? Like 1 hour, 2 hours, something.
It's 1 hour.
Thanks.
Okay. Do you have any questions, Varun?
What is the fee payment structure for 1 month?
I already told it, na? It's a 3,000 for React.
Yeah, okay. Including Redux, right?
Yeah, including Redux.
Yeah, okay. Are we going to do any mini project, capstone project?
Yeah, we will do the demo project. Okay. If you
Yeah.
want to host it, it's on up to you. Means I am not saying that I will give you a live project. Okay. It is a demo
Okay.
project and totally depends up to you. If you want to host it, then you can do it.
Yeah, okay. Actually, I have joined in a company. Like I need some support.
Yeah, that's fine. You can ask me. In React,
Yeah.
Angular, web design, Python, PHP, Java, in anything you can
Yeah,
ask.
in React position only.
Okay, you can ask. No issues. Okay.
Actually, project is not assigned yet. I'll let you know whenever the project assigned.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right. So let me know whatever is the feedback of two of you. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.